Okay, YouTube fam. Hope you're doing great today. Here's another great pork chop recipe. Stay with me. Okay, YouTube fam, let's get started. I've already washed my pork chops really well. I didn't have to show you that process. You know how to wash meat, okay? I'm going to go ahead and season them, okay? Teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, I think I'm about out of pepper in that container. Okay. Can you see? Tablespoon of onion powder. Tablespoon of garlic powder. Tablespoon of adobe all-purpose seasoning. It is delicious, especially on pork. And 2 tablespoons of Lowry seasoning salt. Put 1 tablespoon on the front. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my pork chops over and season them on the other side. Okay? Okay, YouTube fam. I'm getting ready. I've already seasoned my other side. I'm getting ready to put my pork chops in a preheated 350-degree oven. I'm going to let them bake for an hour and 15 minutes. Before I put them in the oven though, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of water to them. Okay? I'm not going to cover them. I'm just going to bake them, just like they are. Okay? And once I get through, once that hour and 15 minutes is up, I'm going to bring you back and show you how I barbecue. Put my homemade barbecue sauce on top, okay? They're going to be delicious. Okay, YouTube fam, another dish I'm cooking today, cabbage, okay? Let me show you how I do my cabbage. Most of the times on my other videos when I do cabbage, I'll already have it cut up, but I got a lot of comments on one of my videos that show me some of the viewers were asking me how did I cut up my cabbage. I'm going to show you, okay? What I usually do is I'll take, I know you can cut it up that way, but I'm old school, so this is the way I do mine. I'll take that big stem out in the middle. I'll take each leaf. That's what I usually do. I take each leaf off. I know it's kind of time consuming, but this is the way I like it, because sometimes when you buy cabbages and you cut them through, they are dirty inside. So I like to make sure that everything is clean. And I just take them off individual, one by one, and I'll take that stem out and just set them up there. And when I get down to the lighter parts, I'll put them separate over here. You'll see. I'll bring you back once I get it all cut up and separated, and I'll show you how I do my cutting, okay? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, YouTube fam, I've taken them off the cabbage, the leaves off. You see how they are? They're stacked up. Okay, and this is what I have left. Now, what I do, I don't throw this away. I'll cut it up really fine, and then I'll wash it separate and cook it also with the cabbage, okay? But I'm going to show you how I cut my cabbages up now, okay? Okay, what I normally do is I just get a bowl and I'll get some of the, leaves off top and I'll roll them up. And I'll just cut them. That's the way I cut mine, you know. And I'll just keep cutting them until I get to the end, and you don't have to cut them any particular way, really. You can cut them however. I'm just showing you. Some of my viewers was asking me how did I cut my cabbage, and this is the way I cut mine, okay? And I'm gonna go through all the leaves and cut them up, and I'll bring you back, okay? And these leaves right here are just, when I was taking them off the head of the cabbage, some of them will break, so you just put them to the side and you'll cut them up and put them in there also, okay? Thanks. Okay, YouTube fam, I'm finished cutting them up, and see how pretty they are? And what I do is I wash them. You always want to wash your cabbage, okay? And what I usually do is I'll add salt to the cabbage leaves. I'll add water, and I'll rinse them 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times, until I don't see any grit or anything. And that's really all you need, okay? Thanks. Okay, YouTube fam. I'm gonna go ahead. I had put my seasoning meat on earlier and let it boil for about an hour and a half, and it's ready. If you want to know the kind of meat that I use, just look in the description box and I'll give it to you. Now, you don't have to use seasoning meat if you don't have it in cabbage. You can, you can season your cabbage with Lowry seasoning salt. I'm just telling you what I do when I don't have the seasoning meat, because sometimes that seasoning meat can be expensive. You can get a tablespoon of Lowry seasoning salt, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, a little butter, and add you a few pepper flakes in there, and maybe a tablespoon of pepper. And that'll take the place of the seasoning meat if you want to eat healthier and if you don't have the seasoning meat, okay? Anyway, we've already washed our cabbage. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the pot. As you can see, the darker ones are on top. It really doesn't matter, because they're going to all cook together. And just add it to the pot, okay? Okay. It may seem like they're not going to fit. Just kind of push them in there, okay? Okay. I love cabbage. They're so delicious and they're good for you, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I always add just a couple of bell pepper strips. Maybe 1 or 2. Just kind of cut them into strips and then cut them in half. And they give cabbages such a great taste. And you put the top on it, and you turn the heat up just a little bit. Once it starts boiling really, really fast, then you want to turn it down and let the cabbage cook for about 25 minutes. And you talking about delicious. This is a delicious cabbage recipe. It really is. Stay with me. Okay, YouTube fam, I also cooked some canned corn, whole kernel corn, and it doesn't matter what brand you use. I'm just trying to, cook something simple today, and I just added a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, and some seasoning salt, maybe a tablespoon of seasoning salt to it, and you can cook it for about 10 minutes and it's ready. Thanks. My pork chops are ready. They're done. And what I did, I usually use my homemade barbecue sauce, but I didn't have one of the ingredients, so I couldn't make my homemade barbecue sauce. But what I did, I had a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, so I used that on my pork chops. Okay, and it's really, you know, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce is delicious. So it really doesn't matter if you don't have a homemade barbecue sauce recipe. That's fine. But if you want to know mine, I'll link it in the description box. Okay. Thanks. Okay, YouTube fam. After my pork chops cooled, I transferred them to a serving platter so you can get a better look at them, and they look delicious. They look delicious. Okay. Okay, YouTube fam, let's check on our cabbage. Okay, it's time to start stirring. They look beautiful. Okay. We don't have long on these. Okay, put the lid back on. We got probably about 10 more minutes. Thanks. Okay, YouTube fam, my cabbages should be done now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn them off, but I did want you to see them, how beautiful they look. Look at that. Don't they look delicious? Let me see if I can get a little closer for you. There you go. Don't they look delicious? Don't they look delicious? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and do a taste test for you all, okay? And thanks for watching. Hit that like button for me. Thanks. Okay, YouTube fam, let's go ahead and do our taste test. Look at that cabbage. Doesn't it look delicious? Okay. Trying to get most of the juice off of it. Okay. Let me go ahead and finish fixing my plate, and then I'll come back for a taste test. Thanks. Okay, YouTube fam, I've already put my corn on the plate. Okay. And I went ahead and cook me some cornbread, because I love cornbread with my any kind of cabbage or collards. Okay, so I just cooked some cornbread in the oven. Hold on, I'll bring you back. Okay, I usually cook thin cornbread, but look like today I just didn't have everything that I needed, so I just had to cook regular cornbread today. Got me a piece of that off of there. And if you want to know the recipe of this, look in the description box and I'll give it to you, okay? Okay, let's get our pork chop. Get this piece right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 pieces. Okay. Inside. I like everything to look good when I'm doing my taste test. Let's put this up here. Okay. Hold on. Okay, YouTube fam, I have my plate ready. Let me get my drink. Okay. Hold on. going to be drinking Coke today. Okay. Okay, let me get a picture. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and say my grace. Amen. Okay. It's tender. Just using a butter knife to show you how tender it is. Cabbage. Corn. Try a piece of my cornbread. And like I said, if you want to know the recipe, look in the description box and it'll be in there. I usually cook thin bread cornbread, but I didn't have the ingredients. Like today, I just didn't have any of the ingredients that I needed, but that's okay. That's delicious. Anytime I'm cooking cabbage or collards, I love to cook some type of cornbread with it. The pork chops are tender and they are delicious. The corn is delicious also. Some of my Coke. I really appreciate you all watching me today. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. And hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my next video. The pork chops are really, really tender. They are beautiful and they are delicious. Okay, YouTube fam, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And as always, look at the top left. Look up at the top left. And there's another video you may not have seen before. Please look at it. It's it's a very popular video. and you'll really enjoy it. And I appreciate all of you watching me and taking time out of your busy lives to watch my videos. And I really appreciate that. And please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, okay? I really appreciate that. And thanks for watching. Don't forget, look at the top left. There's another video you probably hadn't seen before. It's a very, very good video, popular video. And thanks for watching. Okay, YouTube fam, that's the end of my video. These are just some of the ingredients that I used today. You need to watch the entire video in order to get all the ingredients that I use. And as always, thanks for watching.